All right, good morning, good afternoon. Today's October 9th, Tuesday, 2018. And we're doing the morning business headline commentary. All right, so to explain to my followers, I took almost a 3 or 4 week hiatus. I was a little bit busy with other things. As you know, I do a lot of coding as well, so I have to put a lot of mental imagination and energy into those various projects. All right, so I do keep updated, my followers updated through communications with several, of my bros who are followers as well. All right, so let's move on and look into the headlines. All right, so we see like oil going to 74 area. Um, on the notion that like the global economy is heating up, so they're justified in pushing oil prices higher. I do see this is the last hurrah for oil pricing higher. Very near future. I mean, it's already here. Like other brands of automobiles have introduced all electric versions already. Porsche, one of the better fast cars company, came out with an all-electric version already. So you also see Nissan Leaf. They got to expand on these technologies into other models from hybrids to all-electric. So you see, like it's already here, and many fleets I will be considering migrating the entire fleet to like not using gasoline anymore, because the maintenance and the manual labor to fill these gas tanks, that you need people to actively drive to gas station and fill it up. You save a lot of manual labor there, and the manual labor you need to pay people in your payroll who may be full time. So you see, if it's all electric, you basically park it into your own garage and just charge it overnight automatically, instead of like hiring people to drive it and to somewhere else and pump the gas and have the variable cost of the gasoline pricing, where like electricity prices are more stable, comparatively speaking. So you see, like the pricing here may be the last hurrah that they're trying to do in trying to create like the imagery or narrative that the Saudi IPO of the oil companies actually worth a lot. But this is very low tech stuff. Even though they sell a lot of higher, like I think they just want to sell more at a higher price in oil. So they make these trade shows to promote their stock seem like legitimately should be higher than even tech companies, which require a lot of education and imagination, legitimate tech imagination. Where you just sell oil, that's not a lot of imagination. And they try to, well, I think, just to pump up the pricing, so and make the balance sheet look very high, so they can do a last hurrah before the major shift to all electric, which save on labor and cost and consistency of energy pricing, which is electricity. All right, so as I mentioned before, gold is on its general trend of reckoning, which people in the modern economy value functionality and manageability of the stuff they value, like these smartphones now. In the 80s, these phones were like bulky and status symbol. And then you see the maturing of the economy and the technology migrated the form factor to manageable hand size, flat, thin, light, and very capable with many functionalities. So that's what modern economy with modern technologies values now. Not something that's heavy, you can't carry, and they just say shiny, it has value. which is totally opposite that we're migrating the value that we have now. Back then, a lot of guys just get together saying, hey, this thing is shiny, they should have value, and it's heavy. Because it's heaviness, they give a notion that, it's substantial. But now it's like, you can't really, the inconvenience of carrying gold is just so inconvenient compared to the evolution of paper money, right? Now you have paper money, which carry the value. The same size paper money, with different numbers printed on it, can give it a much higher value based on the printing of the numbers on the paper money. So you see, like, a lot of these value stores are carrying conceptual ideas, from paper money to credit cards. This is the first virtual currency, because like on the internet, all you need to do is just to copy the information on the physical credit card and into the entry form in the purchasing website. And you don't even really need the credit physicality of the credit card anymore. Only you only need the information on the card, printed on the card. So the natural evolution now is like less physicality and more conceptual. That you can, have other technologies to validate and confirm transactions, which is a lot of these virtual currencies are evolving. Which brings me to Venezuela. A lot of smart guys have standardized on virtual currencies that's not honored by just the locality of the government or the municipality. It's honored globally by community. So it might be a significant shift in value store, where you can, it's still proven to be, a lot of these blockchain technologies still proven to be, even though it's not super fast in confirming transactions, it's the slowness in speed is also like a security feature. You think about it, because like you cannot like quickly hack and run and disappear. You have to wait a little bit, right? And a lot of these security features now is to wait a little bit, because of the quickness sometimes of these insecurity hacks. So that may be like a epiphany. Like, wait a little bit. Just like you put your credit card transaction, you need to wait a little bit, not like instantaneous. So that's why, relatively speaking, the evolution of these conceptual, almost instantaneous value store exchanges has a built-in wait a little bit now. So just to make sure. All right, so gold is, I think eventually it's going to go below 900 an ounce, because it's like nobody wears gold in public like normally, in like when I go to work, where they have to interact, might be in contact with people. That's the irony of this. Like when you contact a number of people when you go out, you kind of find out, a lot of people find out that, where did my gold necklace go, or where did my gold ring go? And you think about, oh, maybe some of these physical contact, like shaking hands, bumping into people in the subway, what's the main cause of the death of these gold? So nobody wears gold really anymore, unless they go to like very controlled contacts, like trade shows or like fashion shows, just like that, and that only exists in that scenario nowadays. So mortgage rates in tandem with the rising Fed interest rate is pushing mortgage rates higher, and this is going to cause a lot of second thoughts in buying houses because of the higher costs in the life of the loan. So today, Google will be announcing major products. They're following, strategies of Apple and Amazon in introducing, home devices, audio devices. I'm telling you right now, it's almost like understanding that like virtual reality will be again displaced by big screen TV. Because I see it in demonstration where like that's just one person on stage demonstrating virtual reality headsets on their face. and while all the thousands of people in the audience watch it on a big screen TV. And this is the irony, like, of stupidity, where they realize that why don't I just not wear this headset and just watch it on a big screen TV, or buy a big screen TV for my home and let people watch them through the big screen TV. So instead of wasting individual like headsets cost, if you have like 10 people into your party in your house, they can just watch it without physically putting on maybe dirty headsets. So they don't even have to have these breakouts because they're wearing these dirty headsets. Because these Nintendo hand controllers are very dirty because the kids are keep touching them and just throw it away, and it gets dirty. And that's why if you put these same game settings for children, they will get breakouts because the headsets will never get washed. So this is a circular irony realization eventually. And this relates to these audio devices. Hello, these like smartphones has the built-in audio devices in them already. So you don't really need to buy another, less featured, bulky device just for the audio. If you have an old iPhone, old Android phone, that works fine as well as long as it's connected by Wi-Fi. It has the mic, it has the speakers, just like these Amazon Echoes and Google Home devices. So this is another irony that's just people just don't realize because of the form factor disguising the whole, irony or whole thing, you know. Bond news, like showing that, like this, either you put your money in bonds or you put your money in the stocks and migrating to currencies and so forth like that. So it's a dynamic flow among these major instruments. You know, a lot of people notice that like the bull market has been up and up for a very long time and it's not cycling. That is fine because you can. A lot of people realize you can have a really good economic policy just to kick these bad things from happening in the economy. So Tesla, does own Solar City now. So I would imagine and advise them that to invest in, portable, manageable, do-it-yourself solar projects that they can manage themselves, like those backup phone batteries that have a solar panel. That is very practical. Eventually, they increase the efficiency of these solar cells, or like the portability and foldability. They can fold in a small packaging, and they can power a laptop. That is the ultimate, in my opinion, that can drive a lot of these sales of do-it-yourself products. If I have like the same form factor that I have now in my solar battery that can only charge cell phones, but if I only charge other things like maybe jump start a car, or or even like power several like laptops, or even using like a APC like backup full backup battery for homes. That is the major selling point, and people can actually put it out and charge these batteries and use it at nighttime, where they come home and just light their whole home, which they can do now because LED lights use very little energy and they're very bright and colorful. All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, so I've been speaking for a little bit over, significant amount of time. All right, so I'll keep it brief today. Today's Tuesday. We're in October, heading into Halloween season, which is a lot of fun for the kids and candies. And another niche economy would be making a lot of money in Halloween paraphernalia, in costumes, candies, house paraphernalia, decorations. So it'll be fun in a couple of weeks. And do be smart about it, having some street smarts for your children. Um, check all the candies and check all the routes and stuff like that. Some neighborhoods are very nice, and some are less nice. So you know what I'm talking about. So be careful out there and have fun. You need the end of summer season now into fall and into Halloween and eventually into Thanksgiving, Black Friday, where we probably look into many, many new products that's on sale that can bust the market, like the solar do-it-yourself products that I mentioned. That's relatable. All right, today's Tuesday, October 9th, 2018. We're doing the morning business headline commentary. Something of note, I do have Chinese business followers, and they decided to buy out Germany's robotics firm after I featured these robotics arms and machineries in my supercar remix video. Some of them listed below. I did have a commentary on Ford on a Wednesday, I think, and Ford immediately within the same day responded that they will focus their future planning of cars will be into bigger cars, where they have version of hybrids and electric, all electric. After I gave some commentary about the future of car market and a survivability strategy. All right, so and a third something of note is that I did mention to Hong Kong government to consider landfilling in last November's commentary, and it has almost like a month before a year now, and they have progressed that notion in public opinion now. They will go ahead in further landfilling. My opinion and advice so far that's evolving, I think they should consider this as a long-term strategy, like a progression where they see as new opportunity comes, they will need to do more landfilling, and then consider using it for growing the economy. You cannot, because it costs a lot of money for landfilling, and you better get your money back in economic growth. The more they can grow the economy well, the more they can protect their liberties. Because of all the economic activities in Hong Kong right now, the more they expand it, the more they get respected. Because like they go to that location for the economic and civil liberties that's respected still. All right, so today's I mentioned the three of my many sometimes actionable commentaries by my followers. And today's Tuesday, October 9th, 2018, and we're doing the morning business headline commentary. Happy trading, everybody.